G'day mates, it's Heath here from Rotary Down Under. There she is. Today we've got to get rid of the old stinking thermostat. She's not doing her job. We're replacing it with a Mishimoto. So first, we need to get rid of this battery. There's a hose here, 2 clips. Pop that off. There she is. Grab your 10mm beauty here, spanner, to loosen your nuts. Pretty easy job, it's not hard. So now that I've loosened my nuts, I'll pop the holder off. Unplug the terminals and pull out the battery. There we go. That's how you remove a battery. So basically you just remove this plastic cover here. So they've actually thought ahead, and that unclips, and there we go. We can now see the thermostat. Ripper reader. There's already one issue, this stinking hose right here. I think it's a bunch of wires or something, but it needs to go, and I think we're going to have to go digging, so I'm going to take this off. I don't even know what's in here. I've never really explored this part of the car. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3 screws. There's a plastic clip there, and she'll be off in a minute. So I've taken the 3 screws out. Oh, I've got to loosen that clip. Wait a minute. Here we go. There's a clip there. Unplug this. And voila. It's the bloody brains of the car, isn't it? So I reckon if we move that over there, we'll have a clear view of the thermostat housing. So we've pretty much achieved so far. We've learned how to remove the battery and now the ECU. So I reckon if I've unplugged these 3 plugs here, taken out 3 screws, take this off, I can move that hose, and then we'll be able to see the bastard. So the ECU can stay here. There's a couple of breathers here you have to unclip. Take off the 3 plugs, and then this bit here, I'll just get you to come in and have a look. You lift this up, and voila, that's that hose you want to get rid of. We're going to carefully just tuck these through. Come on, up you get. And look at that, piece of cake. Got that out. That's a huge part out of our way. Because look, there it is, thermostat housing. Alright, we'll get a clamp and take this hose off here and get that bullshit out of the way too. Alright, so unfortunately we've got some more rubbish to remove, which is the alternator housing, or tensioner I should say. 2 bolts there, 1 up here. And you know what else? I'm going to remove this sway bar too, because it always gets in the way. So 4 screws, take these off, bolts I should say, and voila, more room. Typical with cars, you always hit a crossroad, a bit of bullshit, and can't get to this bracket off with a spanner, start stripping the screws, so I had to take the pulley off. Next trouble, another bastard, you have to unloosen the fan belt, off the pulley, move the pulley into position, and then use a socket, and then repeat that another 2 times, and it will come off. So next step, So another bugger is they've installed this pump thing that I wouldn't have a clue how to move, so I've had to bend this lever up and I can get the thermostat housing just up enough to get the thermostat out. So I'd just maneuver it to the back of the car. And here she is. It's the old one. Apparently not opening up enough. So the old one opens fully at 82 degrees. And the Mishimoto is 76, so just opens up a bit earlier all the way. So same thing, we're going to drop her from the back in. There it is. Make sure you've got the seal in, otherwise you'll be up shit creek without a paddle. Alright, so now she's in, it's time to put it all back together, the fun bit. Thanks for watching. Alright mates, so finally getting her all back together. And I just want to point out two things. This pulley here, don't try and take those nuts off down there with a spanner. Take the pulley off. Just remember to tension it each time you do the nuts, and then you'll get that off. It will come off a piece of cake, and then you can get to those screws with a proper socket, and that will make your life a whole lot easier. And the other thing is, see this pump here? A lot of people have modified it and taken it off. I don't know what for, but leave it there and just bend this bit of metal here out the way. It's quite flexible. All it does is hold this hose in, which is for your ECU, and you have it done good as gold. And anyway, we'll see. Make sure she starts and there's no leaks. Perfect day in Adelaide to test out whether you've got a coolant or overheating troubles. It's 43 degrees here. So here we go. Sounds good. So I've taken her for a good spin up the hill and I've checked. No coolant leaks, there's no overheating. It's a 43 degree day, which is Celsius in Australia. So it's bloody hot. And she's running like a dream. Always make sure that if you do have any overheating that both the cooling fans are turning on, because sometimes one fails and that will cause overheating as well. So don't ignore it, just get it fixed. Stay tuned, let me know how you go, and don't forget to like my page. I'm only new, and I'll keep you up to date with more tips and tricks you can do it by yourself with your good old Mazda RX8.